Friends, welcome to Pilates with Tal. Today I'm going to be taking you through one of my favorite types of series, a posture reset. So let's get started. Let's start on our hands and knees. Hands are directly under shoulders and knees are directly under hips. As usual, let's start with cat-cow. So inhale as you arch the spine, exhale as you curve. Keep going just like that. And as you arch the spine, can you try to move one vertebrae at a time? Same as when you go the opposite direction. Just try not to force your head or tailbone in any one direction or the other. Instead, can you focus on the rest of the spine? Last two. And last one, can you pause in a neutral spine? So that's in between those two exaggerated movements. Can you reach your right fingertips up towards the ceiling and then thread through under the left? Keep going here for 3, 2, unlocking through the upper middle spine. And on that last one, can you pause with that arm threaded through? Can you lower your ear down? And can you maybe notice if your shoulders and ears are shrugging really close in towards one another? Maybe try to find space there. And then holding for 3, 2, 1, push into that left hand, reach one last time, and then place those fingertips all the way back down. Just reset through the hands, through the knees, and then when you're ready, can you reach those left fingertips up and then thread them through. Last 3, 2, last 1. Thread it through, lower that shoulder, lower that ear, find space between the ear and shoulder. Notice if your hips are shifting all the way to the right, can you even them out so that they're in the center of your body? You're here for 3, 2, 1, push into your right hand, reach through the left fingertips one last time, lower those hands all the way down, and then you're gonna walk your hands forward all the way until you're in a short plank. Once you're in that short plank, can you pause, hug your belly in towards your spine, slightly tuck your pelvis in towards you, and then shift your chest over your wrist. Can you start to lower down slowly, slowly, slowly. Chest touches the mat first, and then you're gonna find yourself on your belly. Once you're on your belly, can you place your hands one on top of the other, adjust your feet, send your toes back behind you, and then can you place your forehead on your hands? Pause here. Can you tuck your pelvis in towards you? Your glutes are active here, tops of the feet are pressing in towards the mat. We don't want the low back to activate here. And then when you're ready, can you start to lift your forehead up off your hands? Keeping your core contracted, lower all the way back down. Keep going just like that. Maybe you exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. As you're moving, try to not lose that connection to your pelvis. Your core is contracted in. Last 2. Last 1. Can you start to take your hands just slightly forward of where they are now? Bring your elbows in towards you. And then start to bring your elbows just directly under your shoulders. So you're almost in a Sphinx pose here. Start to look forward, readjust through your core so your belly is tucked in, your pelvis is tucked in. And then when you're ready, start to push through your hands. Can you come off of those elbows? Lower back down. Coming up and lower back down. If you're starting to feel this in your lower back as you extend the elbows, try just to not extend them as much. So this can be a really small movement. Starting to build stability through the core, through the back, through the shoulders. For 3, 2, 1. Can you pause here? Start to walk your right hand out so it's as wide as your mat. Same thing with your left hand, and then externally rotate so that your fingers are pointed outwards. Can you lower your chest down, elbows go out, and elbows come in, lift the chest. Keep going just like that. So where you want to feel this is on the outer arms. And just know your shoulder blades, especially on the back body, are doing a ton of work here. You want to keep your crown of your head reaching. And we're also getting into some really important muscles that live around the shoulder blades and then around the underarms. Using your breath here, last 3, 2, lower it all the way down, last 1. Your elbows are going to stay where they are. Hopefully they're in line with your shoulders. If not, make a quick adjustment here. Your gaze is going to stay lowered. Can you lift those elbows and hands up off the ground and lower all the way back down? Keep going here. So backs of the shoulder blades are gliding in towards one another as those arms lift, and then lower back down. Maybe the next time those arms lift, your chest lifts and lowers. So arms lift, chest lifts, and then they both lower at the same time. Last 3, 2. Last 1, hold at the top, pause. Can you reach those fingertips forward, row those elbows in towards the side body? Keep going just like that. Reach and row, keep going here. Maybe the next time you reach, your chest lowers, chest lifts as your elbows come in. Maybe the next time your elbows come in, you also lift those legs, adding in some extra challenge here. Using your breath for 3, 2, 1. Place those hands under your shoulders, your legs stay elevated. Pause here. Can you lower your right toes and lift? Lower your left toes and lift. Can you keep your elbows pointed straight behind? Can you keep your forehead facing down? Nose is down, gaze is down as well. So getting into the glutes here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep those legs lifted, or you can lower them down. Your hands are directly under your shoulders. Your elbows are back towards the back of the room. Can you keep your chest lifted as you play around with lifting your hands up off the mat, lowering back down? Lift and lower. Try to make sure that on the back of the body, the shoulder blades are staying in towards one another. Last 3, 2, 1. Lower back down. Take a little reset. Maybe you place your left ear down on the mat. And then your right. Last 2. Last 1. And then you're going to keep your gaze lowered. You're going to take your hands right from under your shoulders, a couple palm prints out. You're going to tend through your fingers here. Can you wave your spine up and then lower it back down? Coming all the way up and then lower back down. Last 2 before we add in a variation. Last 1, and then on that next one, as you lower, you're going to drop your left shoulder. Can you look up towards the right? Come all the way back up and switch. Last one. And then coming all the way back into center, can you place your hands directly under shoulders? Can you tuck your toes under? Keep your elbows back behind you, and then can you push yourself up into a plank? And then bring your knees in under your hips. So hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. Can you take your right toes back behind you and then bring them back in? The next time you send your right toes back, can you send your left arm forward? Bring them both back in. Keep going here. Trying to keep your core as stable as possible. For 3, 2, 1. Bring it all back in. We're gonna go straight into the other side. So stable through the palms. Can you send your left toes back and in? This time right arm joins along and in. Keep going here. Trying to stay lifted through the left shoulder so we're not dumping any weight in there. For 3, 2, 1. When you're ready, you're gonna start to send your right knee out towards the side, bring it back in. The next time your right knee opens, your left arm goes out towards the side, bring them back in. Keep going here. Again, this doesn't have to be a big movement. It can be small. Last 2, 1. Other side, left knee opens, bring it back in. Right arm moves along with it. One, bring it all the way back in. Take a moment here, sway the hips from side to side. And then when you're ready, you're gonna bring your right shoulder in towards your right hip, come back to neutral, other side, come back to neutral, keep going just like that. Last 3, 2, 1. Come to center, bring your knees wide, send your hips back, find a nice child's pose here. And that is the end of your posture series. Feel free to repeat that as many times as you'd like. Thanks so much for moving with me. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, and leave any ideas for future videos in the comments if there's anything you've been looking forward to. Thank you.